What is up, people of YouTube? I'm your host, Vernon. This is Lorenzi Park Pond. Let's fish that. Alright, ladies and gents, this is going to be another one of my Viva Las Vegas videos, this time around for Lorenzi Park or Twin Lakes. And to be honest, I thought by now, being mid of May, we might have some channel catfish. I could go out there and catch some channel catfish for my last fish here at Lorenzi Park. But as luck would have it, they haven't stocked any catfish or bluegill yet. And seeing as how there are still some trout in the other ponds, I thought maybe coming down here, try some trout fishing. I did, however, just use my little thermometer, and the waters here are already at 74 degrees Fahrenheit. So well above the temperature where it's kind of safe to catch trout, and way above the 65 degrees when most of the fish head up shallow to start spawning. And that kind of makes it hard to decide on what type of fish to try and get out there today, seeing as how they've not stocked the catfish yet. Carp maybe are still spawning, but I think the general idea is just going to be going out there and seeing if we can get any fish. Right, so right here on my automatic hook setter, I got some hooks out in the water, and if we're hoping for pretty much any fish, anything like maybe some leftover catfish, some green sunfish, maybe bluegill, maybe bass, maybe carp, anything like that, the best choice to go for is some night crawlers. Having that out into water, trying to find fish willing to feed. So on this rod, we have some night crawlers out there, going to be soaking it in the water, moving around to other spots, trying to find where the fish are that are willing to feed. And on my second rod, I have a little drop shot worm, little power worm, because I was thinking of going for some trout. At these temperatures, they might still be willing to go for any if there's any trout left. But with these types of temperatures, these fish tend to get all sluggish and not want to feed as they start dying off as the water gets too hot. But I'm going to throw that around. We'll see if we get anything on that, and then swap out to all sorts of different lures and stuff, tiny little Ned rigs and things, seeing if maybe there are still bass left or any bluegill or anything willing to go for small little lures. That's going to be my plan. Going to be moving around, casting around. If anything happens, I'll bring you guys to it. We're getting some hits on our little night crawlers, but it's not enough to set off the entire thing. So I think I just want to check on our little night crawlers. I'm using a rather big piece, hoping for some catfish or something first, but we maybe need to scale down. But that's a good sign, getting some hits at least. Don't know whether it is fish. I'm seeing some terrapins around as well. But we'll try, see if we get anything. Alright, ladies and gents, for a little bit more than an hour and a half, I've been walking around, casting tiny little Ned rigs, and I've actually been getting hits on these little things. A few fish that I could see seem to be tiny little green sunfish, maybe bluegill, and they're only going for the back part. They're not actually getting the hook. And our second rod, I think, continually gets hits, but nothing big, nothing setting off the automatic hook setter. So I'm thinking we have quite a lot of small fish in the area. Now, I do believe that the waters are too warm for the trout to be feeding. If there is any catfish left, they're going to be few and far in between because they haven't stocked any catfish yet. So the fishing here can be rather tough. Just because it's a small little park pond does not mean the fishing is easy. I'm going to leave the second rod out there soaking, continuously getting those hits. We wait for something big enough to take the hook and set off the hook setter. But on the second rod, I'm thinking of switching things up, maybe putting on some smaller hooks. And there we go. It's a very small bluegill, but it is also my first bluegill for the year. Went for a tiny little hook, small piece of nightcrawler, got ourselves a little bluegill. Now I've been trying and trying and trying. It took something like 20 minutes to get that one fish, so it's still not easy. Still have to locate these small fish. But that's our first little fish for today landed. And there we go, second little fish landed. This is also second little species for today, and another fish I haven't caught yet this year, tiny little green sunfish. See the orange on his fins, larger mouth, tiny little green sunfish. Let's get him back to the water. So what I'm doing, I'm looking for places where you have a little pipe running in, blowing in some water, and over here we have a little rock in the water, dropping my baits near that. And then I'm just waiting and looking to see if there's anything going for my little baits. Just missed one. And another little green sunfish. These small guys are hungry and ferocious. Now I do get it, this is not the most exciting fishing, but when you're not getting any other fish, tiny little fish like this can save the day from being a skunk fest. Quite a lot of fish in this one area. Another little green sunfish, different colors and patterns on this one. Get him back. And with that, my little worm came off. So 4 fish, 1 little piece of nightcrawler. Not too bad. Gonna rebait, try again. pale colors, but better size on this one. So, not the biggest of bluegill, but just look at the lovely colors. The blue, the red little breast. Lovely colors on this small little bluegill. Lovely little guy. Got him right here next to the rocks. And he's swimming right back there. Okay, so this one is interesting because this is actually a bluegill green sunfish hybrid. He has the orange from the little green sunfish, slightly bigger mouth, but the clear flap of the bluegill. It looks like a bluegill as well. So this is a bluegill green sunfish cross. Alright, so the second rod, the one we're soaking the baits, finally have a fish on that as well. And would you believe it, we have a baby channel catfish. Now, these can be very dangerous to handle. It is indeed not a baby channel catfish, it is a bullhead. You can see the tail, it's not a forked tail, it's a rounded tail. Large mouth. So this is a baby bullhead catfish. So clearly there's enough bullhead catfish in here to still be spawning, and we happen to get a baby bullhead. So baby bullhead catfish, totally unexpected, but happy to get one. And off he goes. I was not expecting to catch a bullhead catfish today, but that's another species for this year. So that's now 3 species this year that I've not caught yet. We finally got them all. Alright, so I just got snagged on someone's fishing line. Some big stout hooks on here with some heavy weights. But when pulling all of this out of the water, I happened to drag out a little fishing pole as well. So sadly someone lost a little Ozark Trail rod. Now I'm not going to be keeping this little reel. I'll put it down by the gazebo there. If you think this is yours that you've lost, it would be most likely near this gazebo, otherwise someone would have thrown it away, or maybe someone has taken it. Another little thing caught today, little rod and reel setup. Alright ladies and gents, I know by now a lot of people have already tuned out, so thank you if you're still watching. And I have to say, I kind of do get it. Doing microfishing, it's a lot more fun than it is actually watching microfishing. But the thing is, this day turned out completely different from what I had imagined in the beginning, and at the end of the day, that's what these park ponds offer, something a bit different. Now yes, I did manage to catch some fish out there. I was struggling for an hour and a half, but once I got onto the microfishing, I ended up catching 73 fish in an hour and a half. Now of course, putting all those fish in the video would be quite boring. If you've seen one green sunfish, kind of seen them all, so I'm only cherry picking the ones that I think look kind of special. But it was fun going out there catching these little fish. 3 new species for this year that I haven't caught yet. I've not done something like this where I go and target the smaller fish, but like I said in the beginning of this video, this is going to be the last time that I'm fishing here at Twin Lakes. I have to say, even if they do stock channel catfish tomorrow, I don't think I'll be making my way back here. As much as I have enjoyed my fishing here at Lorenzi Park, I have to say at the moment the park is quite dirty, a lot of trash around, still a lot of people fishing around, but unfortunately the park is in a bit of a bad state, and for that reason I don't want to remember the park like this. And that brings us to the end of the video. At least I did catch some fish here for the last time at Lorenzi Park. Please do give me a little thumbs up for catching some fish. Feel free to ask any questions down below in the comments, and if you haven't subscribed to my channel yet, consider doing so, hitting the big red subscribe button. I do weekly videos. Alright guys, but that's going to bring an end to this inner city park pond fishing. Once again, thank you for watching, and like always, I'll see you next time.